their mouths because they're all like this. Bob, you know, I was watching you watch the models. You still get a thrill out of it.
Well, it's fun to see them walking around on beautiful women. You know, it doesn't hurt.
It doesn't.
No.
You're into a lot of new things, licensing. What are we going to see of yours?
Well, I have my regular lingerie and sleepwear and my bridal line, and I have a new line of handbags and belts and a few other things I shouldn't talk about right now, along with my sportswear and
just everything.
There's a few things.
Well, you brought some more for us to see, and we're going to look at it now.
Yes.
What are we going to see?
Well, we're going to see really full-out formal wear, and I've added a few feathers with each one.
Full-out formal wear.
What was this, right?
Right, yeah.
And
everything casual.
Everything has a little touch of feather on it, which I think is kind of fun for the holidays.
Oh, Alicia Gallant.
Isn't it?
Yes. Okay, let's take a look.
Break all the rules and create a masterpiece for your own holiday table. Come back. Bob, Mackie. Great.
I want you to look at this table setting. Look at that.
Isn't that gorgeous?
Is that beautiful?
It really
What do you do at the holidays to set a table?
Well, this year it's kind of special because I'm recycling plastic. Oh, God. And I have pink plastic cups and plates that I wash and don't throw away. So I figure I'll have a pink motif. Good. With holly on
Well,
it.
I think this is going to help you. Why don't we go meet Barbara Orbach?
Does she have a psychology degree?
No, but she may need one with you.
Okay.
She's author of Antiques at Home. She's in one of our windows. Barbara.
Hi, Barbara. Hi.
We're silly. How are you? Come on down here.
Yeah, come on down.
Hi, Barbara. Barbara, you brought some beautiful things.
We're going to go down to start at this table first.
Okay.
How's that?
Now, these are all ideas that
These
we
are
can
all-
use in our homes.
Absolutely. These are wonderful holiday ideas that you can use incorporating antiques. Because I think one of the fun things about decorating at Christmas time is to use things that you've had in your family for a long time and things that you've collected over the years. We're going to start with this table, which is a breakfast, a wonderful brunch, and on it is an old paisley shawl that I collected in Scotland.
Alan, can you see
Isn't it beautiful? It's very sheer gauze, wool gauze, and it was made about 1850, and it was worn by a woman at the time. as a shawl, and we're using it now as a tablecloth.
I think a point that you had, and we were kidding around and everything about plastic and stuff, but the main point you make in your book is that you should use what you have, and it doesn't have to be expensive. Antiques don't have to be astronomical.
They absolutely don't. In fact, the blue and white china that we've used here is from about 1850, and it's all, none of it matches. It's all one. I happen to love blue and white china. So, and I just pick up pieces as I go along at flea markets.
Beautiful.
And antique shows. In fact, there's a chapter in Antiques at Home about all the different shows you can go to in flea markets where you can find wonderful buys and use your imagination.
If it's very different, it all works.
It all works as it's all blue and white, which I think is a great idea. And I think that's why I love blue and white so much.
Let's go down here.
Keep going.
Now, what is this for?
This is all red. This is a real holiday table. And here we're focusing on glass. Each chapter in my book is on a different material, and this one is glass. These dishes were made during the Depression in the 1930s. And I got them really inexpensively, and I've coordinated them with glasses that are French. The tall ones are 19th century French, but the short little tumblers that I serve wine in are from also the Depression.
Now, Barbara, this is another shawl.
And this is another shawl, a silk tartan that was made in Scotland and was from about 1870.
Now, as you can see on this table, you've also done some gold doilies. Are they not antiques?
No, the doilies are just from a stationery store, from a gift store. They're inexpensive, and they highlight the red dishes, I think, the ruby red. And the contrast makes it a very, very...
and you use ribbon, very wide fabric and ribbon.
And instead of tying it around the topiaries, we've just wrapped it around the dried flower topiaries that we've done in the center of the table.
Isn't that beautiful?
Shall we
Calm down? I should mention that the silver here was handed down to me from my mother. Oh. And you can do that using all the different
And you can also mix silver, can't you, Barbara?
Absolutely.
I do that with my collection. I have different silver, I have modern, and I mix it with my grandmother's, which is old, and I like the mix.
I think that's what's fun about collecting antiques, because you don't have to do things in a formalized way, and you can mix and match.
This is our dessert table?
This is dessert, and this is all old linens, lace, and embroidery. This old damask cloth, a really very big one, with another cloth over it, which I think makes it look kind of interesting.
Now, you can find these in flea markets, and they're not a lot of money, are they?
I found this summer for about $25. And you couldn't buy that in a store today. The workmanship on it is so extraordinary. And then we've coordinated it with napkins, which have embroidery and a very old, wonderful monogram on it. I don't mind things with somebody else's monograms on them.
I don't know.
I think they make me wonder who owned them, who used them, and who enjoyed them.
We might add that the food here, the beautiful display of food, was provided by Food Fantasies, custom caterers, and they were very nice to donate that.
We will enjoy every bite.
And I think the whole thing is about doing it with love.
Well, in Antiques at Home, I say that if you love beautiful things, there's no reason why you can't have them. And I think if you use your imagination and scurry out, I'm a frustrated archaeologist. So I get up in the morning, that I'm going to go to a flea market, I take my tote bag, put a piece of fruit in it, and I spend the whole day looking for wonderful things.
Well, thank you for sharing them with us,
Well,
Barbara.
thank you for having me.
It's fun.
Thank you, Barbara.
Happy holiday. Merry Christmas. Next, we're going to have a ball, so stay tuned.